Hi everybody, I am Reese Counts from Autoblog. I'm an associate editor and we are a sister publication of Engadget. They were kind enough to let us join the stage today. And I am here with Niels Volning, head of digital business for Audi.
So as head of digital business, or in the field of digital business, you basically work on solutions digitizing our established business, so the traditional car sales process, but also looking into emerging business fields that are relevant for mobility companies of the future. Our main topic at CES this year is from driving experience to experience the drive. So we focus on everything how passengers of the future will experience mobility. So that starts with autonomous driving. So we brought our Audi Icon show car to CES this year, and works the whole way back to our Audi e-tron, the latest car we've launched. So our first fully electric vehicle.
It's a VR headset for the back seat of the car, but it's so much more than that. It's tied into the car itself, and the experience changes based on where the car is doing and where it's going, and it's far more interactive than any other VR I've ever tried.
Mobility, as we know it today, will radically change. So the infrastructure changes, the architecture of vehicle will change, the way we access mobility, and that influences the experience inside the car. So we circled our thoughts around the possibilities and also the pain points of today's in-car entertainment. And there are so many aspects where people don't have the best experience when consuming media in a car. Watching a movie in the back of your car is not the best place to watch a movie. There are a lot of people actually sensitive to motion in the back seat. So when consuming media, they look at something that is static. So whether it's a book, their tablet, watching a film, it does not really matches the movement of the car. And that creates, in many cases, motion sickness for people. We derived from the algorithms we have developed for autonomous driving. We basically selected certain data points like where's the car located, map data, acceleration, speed, steering, braking, all these different data points, and paired this with virtual reality and said, okay, how about offering people something they put on VR glasses in the back seat and just completely escape into a different world. And by this, we actually created the first medium that works best in the car. And this time, people sit in a car, put on their VR glasses, dive into a world, and they're traveling, for example, in our showcase, in a spaceship through outer space. And the spaceship moves exactly like the car moves, and you feel the real movement, the real haptic feedback, and that makes the experience way more immersive than any other experience before. The second aspect about the nausea, so the potential nausea people experience, some of the people experience in the back of the car, and in VR you basically can take the car away. So you have a way better view to the environment, in this case the virtual environment, but if it moves like the real one, for many people we experience that they feel way better than they would without this technology. We know exactly how long it will take, so you can arrange the whole story fitting your travel time.
Tell us a little bit how the system knows where you are. I know it ties into a lot of the tech that's already baked into Audi products, but
our intent is that people take their standalone glasses to the back seat of their car, connect to the vehicle, so you have a direct local connection, so that the data is also transferred secure locally, and then transfers the movement into the headset, and then it's procedurally rendered. So this is how it works, and our core of this technology is basically a tool set, refining this data as a tool set for content creators, so that they can use the different events that might happen out there in the world and say, okay, I arrange an experience when this or that happens, I want this or that to happen. And then it will automatically arrange. So if you drive slower, if you change routes, the experience will change. So it will be different every time you do it.
How did the partnership with Disney come about?
Audi and Marvel Studios have a long-lasting relationship. So since the first Iron Man movie back in 2008, and we basically built on this relationship and said, let's create a showcase together we can share with a limited audience. So it's not a commercial product what we've created. so it's for demonstration purposes only. Then we built rocket rescue runs, so Disney's games and interactive experiences. They build it, and it's basically, you follow Rocket on its rescue mission through outer space. We had a German Autobahn, so you were going with 90 miles per hour down the road. We had some curvy roads, we had like city situations we built in. So within 5 minutes we demonstrated all the different situations, and the Disney team created, I think, a great piece of content for demonstration purposes. But of course it's great for games. I mean, the gaming market is huge, it's growing, and actually today there is no opportunity to really do gaming in cars. So, and we also developed this technology to do multiplayer, so if there are 2 people in the back seat, so that you also can interact in a game. But we're also looking in other areas. So for example, just relaxation content that you just want to explore worlds. Or what we also think could be pretty big in the future is educational content. So if you have your teenagers on the back seat,
right,
and they can use the time very valuable to travel through time, see how this landscape looked in a prehistoric environment, or just travel through the human body. And last but not least, also for the enterprise sector, there might be solutions, because due to the fact that we reduce motion sickness and people can't really work in a car very often, and there might be also some potential in there if you take away the car visually, build in horizons that move, that actually people can also turn their in-car time into productive time.
In the future, this will be open to far more people, right? You told me earlier that SDKs will be going out sometime relatively soon. So when can we look for that?
It's only working if it scales and it can reach a lot of people. That's why we said we have to establish this technology as an open platform. So what Audi decided is actually to spin out the IP, the technology, to a separate entity, and only owns a minor stake. So actually my 2 co-founders who are over there and myself will start working officially on the 1st of February only for the startup. Now we're open for other car manufacturers to join, so to give access to the API that content creators can create something for hopefully any type of car in the future. SDK should be delivered at the end of the year, so we're very curious to see what content creators might come up with, and that only works in an open platform. So we founded a company called HoloRide, so reflecting on holistic ride experience. We plan to hit the market end of 2020, early 2021 with a consumer solution. Taking your device you have at home, bring it to the back seat, connect to your car, I mean, would be our ideal experience for users. We really focus on the software for content creators and on the partnership with car manufacturers to make this an integrated solution.
So tell us a little more about HoloRide itself. Where are you guys going to be based? What's your plans for the next year or 2?
We'll found HoloRide in Munich. Munich has a good start. It's a good starting point for us because you have the German automotive industry in southern Germany. You also have a good tech community. There is a lot of focus on IoT and AI in Munich. And it's also strategically very well located between the Asian markets and the North American markets that are obviously both also relevant to us. But I'm pretty sure we might open up an office also over here in the States pretty soon.
Once this all becomes available, how do you see people accessing it?
The basic idea is that you have a HoloRide application because that gives a clear signal to the users this is for in-car usage. And it also enables then the device to talk with the car, so from the technical perspective. And then the idea is that they don't have a catalog, but they have basically gates into different worlds they can dive in and experience anything content creators will come up with.
How long have you guys been working on this before the debut this week?
Yeah, so we worked on the technology for the last 3 to 4 years. Coming really from the development of algorithms for autonomous driving, because what you want is that the experience is smooth and all this information comes from the software we have developed for other purposes. Then started refining this also in the collaboration with Disney 1.5 years ago.
What's the reception been at the show?
The feedback was tremendous. I didn't expect that, but many people were skeptic about VR. Some of them get VR sick, others get motion sick, and they were skeptic about combining this. but actually they were quite surprised then that the combination of the two aspects actually solved a lot of the problems and opened up new possibilities. So, and content creators came up with, okay, I've developed this VR game, I have all these assets, what I've created for the home usage. How cool would it be? I can create chapters that work best in the car and really expand the experience I do have at home.
So CES broader, what have you had much of a chance to go walk the show?
A little bit, so not too much, but a few things I saw were quite impressive. So I like all the aspects of also the personal drones, so how mobility also evolves into a different stage. That's quite interesting. And also the improvements in the VR field, in the AI field. We start officially operation with HoloRide 1st of February. Then we will start also preparing our investment round and the partnerships. And then, as I said, build the SDK, finalize it. We'll continue working with a few content producers ahead of time. We can't wait to make our vision happy to basically transform every vehicle into a moving theme park.
Well, thank you, Niels, for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
This has been a lot of fun. Check out, if you want more tech news, check out Engadget. Autoblog has been covering a lot of stuff, but stay tuned at 5 p.m. to see the Best of CES Awards right here on the Engadget stage. Thank you, guys.